Hello future CS, welcome back to my channel again, your one-stop guide for everything related to CA exams. If you are new here, I am Pooja, a chartered accountant. I have an experience of working for Ernst & Young and KPMG, and I help CA aspirants like you succeed with practical tips, strategies and support. So in today's video, we are continuing the series where we will learn how to present answers correctly for CA Final IDT. So this is the fifth episode. Basically, we will see how to present the adjustments which is given in the first compulsory question, that is relating to computation of the admissible ITC and computation of GST liability. So in each episode, we are going through one adjustment and we will see what error is usually made by the student while presenting that adjustment in the exam, and we'll also see what is the correct adjustment. So guys, if you want to enhance your marks in IDT, this series is just for you. Please get a notebook and note down the key points. I have created a separate playlist for this. The name of the playlist is CA Final IDT Presentation Series. The link has been given in the description below. You can watch the videos from the given link. Guys, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Every subscription works like a motivation for me and it also makes my day. So guys, when you visit my channel, do check out the playlist section. You will find several curated playlists for the CA final exams. Make sure to explore them and watch the videos in order to get maximum benefit from each topic. So this is the adjustment that we have for today. Let's read it out. Mr. Rishi from Ranchi supplied computers which were purchased from an unregistered supplier without any consideration to his brother, a well-established architect in Ranchi, in February. The market value of the supply was rupees 62,000. The tax rate is 18%. Compute the GST liability. So now first let's understand the transaction in the question. So now before jumping into the tax computation, let's break this down carefully. First, when it says Mr. Rishi supplied computer, that clearly means it's an outward supply because Rishi is the one supplying the goods. So the computers were purchased from an unregistered supplier. This word is important here, unregistered supplier. He has purchased it from a person who is not registered. So that detail will be important when we check whether ITC was availed or not. And another key phrase here is without any consideration. So this means no money was charged. And whenever we see that, we should immediately think of Schedule 1, which lists the situation that are treated as supply even without consideration. So first let's see the wrong treatment here. So now in this type of questions, now many students stop at without consideration and jump straight to Schedule 1, assuming that it's a deemed supply, and they compute GST as follows. Computer supplied without consideration. Deemed supply as computer supplied to a related person is covered under Schedule 1, even when made without consideration. CGST rupees 5,580, SGST rupees 5,580. However, this is wrong. Let's see the reason for this. This is incorrect because Schedule 1 entries don't automatically apply here. Para 1 of the Schedule 1, that is permanent transfer of business asset. This requires that ITC is availed, but the computers were brought from the unregistered supplier, so no ITC would be claimed. Now let's apply para 2. Supply between related person. This also doesn't apply in this case because under the CGST Act, a sibling is treated as a family member only if he is dependent. However, in this case, Rishi's brother is a well-established independent architect. So he isn't a related person. So this treatment is wrong. Now let's see the correct treatment. Computer supplied without consideration. This is not a supply as it is made without consideration, and also it is not covered under Schedule 1 because computers have been supplied to an unrelated person and ITC has also not been availed on the same. Hence CGST and SGST is 0. So if a supply is made without consideration, it will be considered as a deemed supply only when it is made to a related person. Now we have to remember the definition of related person. So for a person to be a related person of the supplier, the spouse and children will be considered related whether or not they are dependent on the supplier. But for siblings, brother, sister, grandmother, that is grandfather, grandparents, these will be considered as related only if they are dependent on the supplier. So in this case, Schedule 1 will be not applicable because we can clearly see Mr. Rishi's brother is a well-established architect. That means he is not dependent on Mr. Rishi. Hence, Schedule 1 is not applicable. Hence, his brother will not be covered as a related person. So this will be considered as computer supplied to unrelated person. Hence CGST and SGST will be 0. So GST liability on outward supply will be 0 in this case. So this is not a supply because it is made without consideration and it is also not covered under Schedule 1. So let's check in detail the relevant paras of the Schedule 1 one by one. Whatever I told just now, we'll just go through that in a bit more detail. So Schedule 1 Para 1, permanent transfer or disposal of business assets where ITC has been availed. So here the computers were purchased from an unregistered supplier. So no ITC could have been claimed. Therefore Para 1 is not applicable. Now let's see Schedule 1 Para 2. Supply of goods or services between related parties when made in the course or furtherance of business. Now, the question is whether brother is a related party under GST. So, at first glance, we might think, of course, brother is a part of our family. But we'll have to go by the definition of the CGST Act. So, under Section 249, read with the explanation to Sections 15 of the CGST Act, family includes spouse and children whether dependent or not. But parents, grandparents, brother, sister only if they are dependent on the person. So here Mr. Rishi's brother is a well-established architect, meaning he is not dependent on Mr. Rishi. Therefore, he is not considered a family member under GST and consequently is not a related person. Hence, Para 2 also doesn't apply in this case. So the conclusion here is since ITC was not availed because it is not purchased from a registered supplier and recipient is also not a related person, this transaction will not be covered under Schedule 1. Therefore, this is not a supply under GST. Hence, no GST liability arises in this case. So now let's see some key takeaways. So always check Schedule 1 when there is no consideration. For Para 1, ITC must have been availed. So in this case, since Mr. Rishi had purchased the computers from an unregistered supplier, he could not avail the ITC. And for Para 2, the recipient must be related person. In this case, Mr. Rishi's brother is independent. He has his own business and is not dependent on Mr. Rishi. Hence, he is not a related person. Under GST Act, family includes spouse and children automatically. But siblings are considered family only if they are dependent. Never rely on general understanding of relationship. Always apply the legal definition under the CGST Act. So next time when you see a question like this, don't rush to call it a deemed supply. Analyze whether Schedule 1 really applies. So that's it guys for today's episode. I hope this helped you understand how to present your IDT answers more effectively. In the upcoming videos, we'll continue with more such adjustments and common presentation mistakes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share the video and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next part of this series. All the best with your preparation, and I will see you all in the next video.